5 राज्यों में विधानसभा चुनाव का बिगुल बज गया है। मुख्य चुनाव आयुक्त नसीम जैदी ने आज प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में चुनावों की तारीख का ऐलान किया। चुनाव की तारीखों का ऐलान होते ही सभी 5 राज्यों में आदर्श आचार संहिता लागू हो गई है। 5 राज्यों में कुल 824 विधानसभा सीटों पर चुनाव हुए। असम, पश्चिम बंगाल, तमिलनाडु, पांडुचेरी और केरल में विधानसभा का चुनाव होना है। 19 मई को सभी राज्यों में मतगणना के बाद उसी दिन रिजल्ट आ जाएगा।
Hello, can everybody hear? So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The Commission, CEC and Mr. Jyoti, Election Commissioner, Mr. Rawat, Election Commissioner, are present to hold this press conference. The Commission is very pleased to announce the schedule for general election to the legislative assemblies of 4 states and 1 union territory, namely Assam, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry. The term of the legislative assemblies of these states and union territory are expiring between 22nd May and 5th June. For your information, Tamil Nadu on 22nd May, West Bengal on 29th May, Kerala on 31st May, Puducherry on 2nd June and Assam on 5th June. The Commission under Article 324 of the Constitution, read with Article 172(1) and Section 15 of the RP Act, is required to hold elections to constitute the new legislative assemblies before the expiry of their present term. And it is also an established practice of the Commission to hold general elections to all legislative assemblies whose terms are expiring around the same time together. So having said these opening words, the Commission would like to give you some salient features of the upcoming elections, details of which are contained in the press note, which you can kindly go through once the press conference is over. But I would like to capture some important highlights. In these 5 states and union territories, more 824 assembly constituencies are going to poll. You can kindly go through the details in the press note, but if you like, I can tell you also. Kerala 140 constituencies, Tamil Nadu 234 constituencies, West Bengal 294 constituencies, Puducherry 30 constituencies and Assam 126 constituencies. Model Code of Conduct comes into existence with immediate effect. State governments are being informed and also taking note of the announcement today in the press conference. Model Code of Conduct to Government of India will be applicable insofar as their decisions, policy decisions and their announcement pertaining to these 5 states are concerned. The Commission is committed for strict enforcement of Model Code of Conduct by concerned governments, political parties, star campaigners and candidates to ensure the level playing field during elections. Through this press conference, we seek cooperation from all stakeholders in compliance of Model Code of Conduct, failing which the enforcement of law will be followed. Coming to the electoral rolls of these 5 states, the Commission would like to inform that over 17 crores or 170 million voters will be participating in these elections. Individual breakup is given in the press note, but if you are immediately interested, I can read it out. In Assam, about 1.98 crores. In Kerala, about 2.56 crores. Tamil Nadu, 5.8 crores. West Bengal, 6.55 crores. And Puducherry, 9,27,000. 9,27,000. Addition of names by eligible citizens continues until 10 days before the last date of nomination. Through this announcement, voters are urged to check their names and citizens to enroll as voters if they have not already done. The Commission would also like to inform that a purification drive of final roll to remove dead and multiple voters was launched in 5 states from 15th February to 29th February. The Commission has deleted dead and multiple entries in these 5 states in a transparent and legal manner to share with you. More than 7 lakhs such entries, dead and multiple, have been removed. The Commission is reasonably assured that at this point in time, our electoral rolls are significantly healthy. Identification of voters at polling station will be mandatory. Elector photo I cards have been distributed. However, left out voters are requested to collect their photo I cards from electoral registration officers. Also, the name of voters in the voter list is mandatory. Mere possession of electoral photo I card is not enough. Voters are requested to ensure double check. This time again, the Commission will be distributing photo voter slips and electronic photo voter slips also, where mobile numbers are available, to all voters 5 days, at least 5 days before the polling day. Our central observers will be monitoring the distribution of photo voter slips very closely and will keep a total account of photo voter slips. As you know, photo voter slips facilitate voters in locating which polling station they are registered and what is their serial number in the voter list. Coming to polling stations in these 5 states, keeping facilitation of voters in mind, the number of polling stations has increased in all states, the details of which are given in the press note. But if you are interested, I can tell you that in Assam there are close to 25,000 polling stations. In Kerala there are over 21,000 polling stations. In Kerala 21,498 to be exact. Tamil Nadu over 65,000 polling stations. In West Bengal over 77,000 polling stations, and in Puducherry 913. West Bengal is 77,247. Tamil Nadu is 65,616. Okay? You can read it. The Commission is also pleased to inform that special facilitation will be provided to different categories of voters. Voters are in the focus of the Commission. At all polling stations, 7 basic minimum facilities will be ensured. In every assembly constituencies, model polling stations will be set up with improved infrastructure, hassle-free queue management, and certain other arrangements. In these 5 states, Commission has also decided that all women polling stations will also be set up, where to the extent possible, from presiding officers to the security personnel, all will be women. The Commission is very keen to provide special facilitation to persons with disability. Therefore, ramps will be provided at all polling stations, and in some states, exclusive polling stations will also be set up for persons with disability. The Commission is ensuring that polling stations should be located at ground level. Commission has also decided that separate polling stations will be set up at leprosy centers and also visually impaired school, which we call as blind schools. This is the keenness on the part of the Commission to ensure inclusiveness in the election process. Electronic voting machines will be used at all polling stations with full commitment of the Commission as far as integrity, security and transparency of electronic voting machine is concerned. First level check of machines has been conducted in the presence of political parties. Mock poll certificates will be provided by presiding officer before the poll starts. For the first time in these states, a symbol for nota has been provided. Symbol. Up till now, the Commission was writing nota, N-O-T-A. But this time the Commission, in consultation with National Institute of Design, has prepared a symbol which will be placed at the bottom of the list of the candidates.
What is the symbol?
It is given in the press note, you will just see it. If you like, can somebody show it? Yeah. कुछ हाँ. Okay. To further enhance the confidence of voters and transparency in electronic voting machines, the Commission is deploying close to 18,000 VVPATs, paper audit trail, in more than 18,000 more than VVPATs in 64 assembly constituencies and covering 14,000 polling stations across all states. Also, photos of all candidates will be displayed on EVM to remove the confusion in the minds of voters. You must have heard the phenomenon of namesake, when more than one candidates are fielded bearing the same or similar name. So we are providing photos. Friends, elections are all about people and fair and free participation of voters on polling day. The Commission will ensure that no voter in these states, particularly belonging to scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and weaker section, are prevented from expressing their voting rights by way of intimidation, threat by anti-social elements, and also to ensure that voters are able to reach polling stations from their homes without obstruction. The Commission will also ensure conducive law and order and security environment in states for fair and free elections. We have been monitoring, but from today onward, an effective monitoring of preventive actions against antisocial elements, against criminals, commences with full vigor and force. And this will include seizure of arms, particularly illicit arms, legal actions against musclemen. Commission will deploy more than adequate central paramilitary forces as far as possible in the state of West Bengal. More which the Commission would like to share, that the deployment of central police forces will be closely overseen and approved. All polling locations will be covered by central police forces. And one thing are central observers to ensure that these forces are actually deployed.
So you said in Assam and West Bengal in all polling booths you have paramilitary forces?
Not polling booth, polling locations. Now another thing we would like to share.
How will you location and
Booth is an individual place where you cast your vote, but when there is a cluster of polling stations, it is called polling location.
means one is there are 5 polling?
There could be 5. Okay.
And there will be
Another we will answer to your questions. The commission from today itself will ensure that central police forces which are reaching states are deployed for area dominations, route marches, visit to vulnerable locations where weaker section and scheduled caste and scheduled tribe reside, and this daily deployment of central paramilitary forces will be again overseen by our central observers when they reach in couple of days. This is again to remove fear from the minds of people by these muscle men. An effective set of 5 central observers will be available in each in each district to oversee the election process on behalf of the Election Commission. Every district will have 5 central observers belonging to police, general, expenditure, etc. They act as our eyes and ears, and the commission this time will be monitoring their daily feedback very, very closely. I would like to mention on behalf of the commission that the commission is fully committed to curb the muscle power and violence in any form in upcoming elections. Therefore, keeping this constitutional mandate in mind, the commission urges all political parties, all prospective candidates, all active citizens of the society to cooperate in fulfillment of these objectives. Media, citizens are also urged to keep the commission and our machinery intimated about any incident pertaining to the exercise of so-called power by muscle men.
What about the money power?
I'm coming to that. Our minds are meeting. Some polling states have very high incidence based on the past record of abuse of money in election, and it is basically used to influence voters and induce the voters by way of liquor, drugs, money, gifts, etc. And therefore, in those states, the commission will deploy its strengthened expenditure monitoring mechanism and will make best efforts to minimize this menace. We have introduced several new initiatives this time in those states, and the details of those initiatives are contained in the note. I would urge our media men and women to kindly go through the note because they are quite exhaustive, and you will find that our strengthened work is going.
Your comment, any specific one?
Yes, I would like to say that there are 2 significant things. One is that all flying squads and mobile teams will have central police forces traveling with them, and all mobile teams and flying squads will have GPS in the vehicle so that their movements are tracked, because there are complaints that when a complaint is given to the flying squad, instead of going to the real destination, they go to other destination to let people commit whatever they want to commit. Therefore, their GPS will track them down. The commission will ensure it. And also, to curb the abuse of money, our strengthened paid news mechanism will also be put into operation. Through the media, we urge that our candidates or their well-wishers should desist from indulging in paid news. Now, another thing that the Commission would like to share with you is that these elections will witness new infusion of innovative IT and mobile applications. Some of these states are very IT savvy, and the details of these IT applications are contained in the press note in detail, but I would simply capture. They will be deployed in the areas of grievance redressal of citizens, candidates, parties, or anybody else, including media. It will also be applicable to webcasting, deployment of our polling personnel, and particularly the dissemination of voters and election-centric information. Our commission and the state election machinery will be communicating election-related informations to them. Plus, National Voter Service Portal will be available for every individual voter to search and to enjoy 6 facilities. Now, particularly, it may be in the minds of our media friends. As you know, from today onward, entire bureaucracy of these 5 states, which are connected with the election work, will be on deputation with full command and control of the Commission. And therefore, the Commission will be taking a very close monitoring of their behavior and conduct. We expect them to be impartial and neutral during this period. The Commission would like to take this opportunity to tell everybody that stern action will be taken against any misconduct which is proven during this period. And we would like to say that the Commission will take very effective action. The Commission has already ensured transfers of inspectors and above from the districts where they have spent more than 3 years. Similarly, sub-inspectors who have spent 3 years in a particular assembly constituency or in a particular subdivision have also been transferred out. This time we are also insisting that after the nomination process is over, all officials connected with the election work will be required to declare to the election authorities whether any of their close relative is contesting the election in the same district or anywhere in the state, so that Commission takes a view in that situation. With these salient features which I have shared with you, the Commission would like to share with you the election schedule. Okay. To give the background,
Sir, please take a little more slowly.
Please.
Sir, bit slowly.
Come to the point, sir. The dates. Much excitement now.
hold on. This is our duty to inform why we are announcing a schedule. We can understand your anxiety. The Commission, as you are aware, always take into account the climatic conditions, academic examination schedule, string of major festivals, prevailing law and order situation, left-wing extremism wherever, availability, movement, transportation of central police forces, the time needed for this movement, and timely deployment, induction, de-induction of the forces, and several other ground realities. So the Commission, after taking into account all these aspects, present the following schedule through the media to our voters and the concerned stakeholders, who, like you, must be equally and eagerly awaiting. So I will go slowly so that you can note. First of all, the state of Assam. The date of the Assam elections will be held in 2 phases. The first phase will include 65 constituencies. The issue of notification for first phase, I am confining to first phase so I don't have to repeat. Issue of notification will be 11th March. Last date for making nomination will be 18th March. Scrutiny will be on 19th March. And last date for withdrawal of candidature is 21st March. Everybody noted?
So last is scrutiny one.
Last date for withdrawal of candidate is 21st March. The date of poll for first phase is 4th April, Monday. Now I come to second phase.
Counting of
That I will give you at one go. The second phase includes 61 constituencies. The issue of notification is 14th March, 14th March. Last date for making nomination is 21st March. Scrutiny of nomination 22nd March. And last date for withdrawal of candidate is 26th March. And date of poll is 11th, 11 April. And that is Monday again. Has everybody noted for Assam? The list of assembly constituencies phase wise is included in the press note. Kindly go through it and you can use it. Should I take next now? Yes. Now we go to West Bengal. The elections to Legislative Assembly of West Bengal will be covered under overall 6 phases. 6 phases. Overall 6 phases. However, I am overall 6 phases, but I am coming to the details. The first phase will be in LWE area, and the polling will take place on 2 dates. 2 polling days will be for LWE area. The first polling day of the first phase will be including 18 assembly constituencies. 18 assembly constituencies. Notification issues on 11th March. Last date for nomination is 18th March. Last date for making nomination 18th March. Scrutiny 19th March, 19 March. Last date for withdrawal is 21st March. And the date of poll for first polling day of first phase is 4th April. 4 April. Being in the first phase only, we have a second polling day for which the notification issues on 14th March and include 31 assembly constituencies. The last date for nomination is 21st March. Scrutiny of nomination 22nd March. Last date for withdrawal 26th March, and the second polling day will be 11th April, 11 April. Now we go to second phase of West Bengal, which include 56 assembly constituencies. The notification issues on 22nd March. Last date for nomination 29th March. Scrutiny of nomination 30th March 30, and last date for withdrawal April 1, and the date of poll will be 17th 17 April, Sunday. Now we go to the third phase of West Bengal. The notification will cover 62 constituencies. Notification issues on 28th March. Last date for nomination 4th April. scrutiny of nominations 5th April, 5 April, and last date for withdrawal is 7th April. Right, and the date of poll will be 21st April, Thursday. Now we go to fourth phase, which will include 49 assembly constituencies, 49. And the notification issues on April 1. The last date for nomination is 8th April. Scrutiny on 9th April. Last date for withdrawal 11th April. And the date of poll is 25th April to 5 April, Monday. Coming to the fifth phase. Everybody noted? Okay, now coming to the fifth phase, covering 53 assembly constituencies. Notification issues on 4 April. Last date for making nomination is 11th April. Scrutiny of nomination on 12th of April. Last date for withdrawal is 16th April. And the phase goes to poll on 30th April, Saturday. Now coming to the last phase, comprising of 65 assembly constituencies. Oh, sorry, my fault. 25 assembly constituencies. The notification issues on 11th April. Last date for nomination 18th April. Scrutiny of nomination 19th April, 19 April, and withdrawal will be on 21st April. And this phase goes to poll on 5th May, Thursday. And this phase also includes the district of Cooch Behar. Pardon? Sorry. I'm mentioning this district Cooch Behar, particularly keeping in view the phenomenon. You are aware that some enclaves have been exchanged between Bangladesh and India, and some 16,000 citizens living in those enclaves are eligible for being voter on the voter list in our country. 16,000. 16. It covers 4 assembly constituencies and 41 polling stations. Everybody is keen that these newly arrived citizens should be able to participate in the electoral democracy of this country. And therefore, keeping in view the legal requirements of issue of notification, process of delimitation by the Commission, including them in the electoral roll, and several other factors, we have kept Cooch Behar in the last phase along with others. So the Commission thought that upfront you should be informed about our and then photo cards have to be distributed. So that is why this includes Cooch Behar also. Details of phase-wise constituencies is given in the press note. You may kindly use them when you get the press note. Now coming to Kerala. The elections to the General Assembly of Legislative Assembly of Kerala, general elections to the Legislative Assembly of Kerala will be held in one phase, single phase. all 140 assembly constituencies will go to poll in one phase only. The notification issues on 22nd April. 22nd April. Last date for nomination is 29th April. Scrutiny of nomination on 30th April. Date for withdrawal of candidature 2nd May. And date of poll is 16th May, 1/6. Has everybody noted? Okay. Now coming to Tamil Nadu. General elections to the Legislative Assembly of Tamil Nadu, covering 234 assembly constituencies, will also be held in one phase. The notification issues on 22nd April. Last date for making nomination 29th April. Scrutiny of nomination 30th April. Last date for withdrawal 2nd May. And the date of poll will be 16th May along with Kerala. Now coming to Puducherry, 1/6 May. Now coming to Puducherry, covering 30 assembly constituencies, 30. Again, voting will take place in one phase. Notification issues 22nd April. Last date for nomination 29th April. Scrutiny of nomination on 30th April. Last date for withdrawal 2nd May. And the date of poll 16th May, 1/6 May, along with Tamil Nadu and Kerala. Now you must be keen to know the counting dates. So the counting of votes in all states will be held on 19th May, 19th May, and the date before which Commission proposes to complete the election process is 21st May. The Commission, after completing our announcement, would like to at the end thank our senior officials of the Election Commission and acknowledge their contribution, chief electoral officers and their machinery at state level, coordinator of the Central Paramilitary Forces, state police officials and civic officials, Railway Board, for their huge efforts in planning the most complex and huge election process. With these we complete our announcement process.